Bethany Manctalo here. Welcome to our Millwall Fans Show with some new voices, but the same focus. Just everything Millwall. Enjoy!
Welcome to the 25-26 season of Millwall No One Likes Talkin, our Millwall Fans Show. I'm your host, Eamonn Barclay, and I'm excited to be here with the fantastic No One Likes Talkin team of Craig Wilson, hello.
Hi there, Eamonn.
Phil Coleman, hello.
Hi, Eamonn.
And Dave Hart, hello.
Hi, Eamonn.
And a happy new year to you all and our listeners.
Not everybody likes them, but they don't care.
We have a guest and there are plenty of Millwall matters to discuss. For now, let's pause for a moment to hear about our sponsor, G&M Motors.
Hi, this is Jess Tuffield from G&M Motors. Operating from a modern and purpose-built facility in Milton Road, Gravesend, G&M Motors offers a complete range of new Honda cars and services. As well as new Hondas, we have an extensive range of used cars, including ex-Motability cars from a variety of manufacturers. Specialising in new Honda cars, G&M Motors has been retailing quality new and used vehicles to the people of Kent and South East London for over 4 decades. We have been a Honda dealership since 1972 and are the country's longest serving supplier of this renowned mark. Conveniently sited just 2 miles from the A2, 10 miles from the M25 and Dartford Crossing, visitors to our showroom are assured a warm welcome from our experienced and friendly staff. Our facilities include an on-site workshop capable of providing full vehicle servicing and repairs, as well as an extensive parts department offering genuine Honda parts and accessories. The expertise of our skilled mechanics is not limited to just Hondas, but extends to most makes and models of motor vehicles. Whatever your motoring needs, visit us at G&M Motors today. The newly extended hours of our G&M headquarters means that you can contact us from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. on weekdays and 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. on Saturdays. To contact us, call us today on 01474 365 026.
Thank you, Jess. Debbie Julians here. Don't forget to call Jess on 01474 81 3562. G&M Motors have been dear friends with the Julians family for over 4 decades now. From my dad Lenny to me, Debbie, lions together.
I'm your host, Eamonn Barclay, and with me I have the No One Likes Talkin team of Phil Coleman, Craig Wilson and Dave Hart. A big thank you to our sponsor, G&M Motors. Our first guest is a great talker who shared the microphone with Tony Craig on Sunday. He is famed for winning a teapot, drinking copious amounts of Bovril, creating havoc at Carrow Road, and for passionately stating, epilepsy is a condition I live with, not a disability I suffer from. Let's say a big hello to Millwall matchday commentator Karl Bates.
Good evening, Amy.
Hi, Carl, it's Craig.
Hello. Hi, Craig. Hi, Carl. Phil Coleman here.
It's wonderful to have you join us once again. You joined Millwall in August 2017, sharing the year with another member of the Millwall family, Jake Cooper. From your perspective, what does Jake, who has just renewed his contract, bring to the Millwall team?
I think with Coops, I think his performances resonate with the crowd because of how brave he is either end of the pitch. I don't think it matters where the ball is, as long as it's vaguely in his remit, he will go for it. He's just so brave. It doesn't matter if we're up against it or if we're trying to score. He seems to be where he gets us vital goals, and I think he leads by examples. He's one of those captains. You see some captains are very vocal and demanding and they get the best out of players that way. I think with Coops, it's just the way that he plays. You cannot give less. Well, you couldn't give more than him. Let's go with that.
Yeah, that's a rounded statement, I think. Anyway, I'll pass you over to our Dave.
Evening, Karl. It's Dave Hart here.
Hello, Dave.
Hi, mate. We've received a lot of feedback from our fans about your discussion with Tony Craig on inverted fullbacks. Mm-hmm. And they asked if this was just another fad and what it actually meant.
I think it's actually a good idea, and I think it may take on, which is famous last words, this will be played in 6 months' time. What was he talking about? But because, I don't know if you remember the game at Birmingham, we got absolutely tore a new one in that game because of how they were playing it. Because of when the inverted fullback comes in, the problem is, as a fullback and centre-half, you're stuck. Because when a fullback would go on the overlap, you've got them both in your eye line. As a fullback, you can see the winger with the ball and you can see the fullback going round him. So you can sort of half hedge your bets on where it's going. Whilst if you've got the winger and the fullback, like if you're driving, suddenly the inverted fullback's in your blind spot, where'd you go? Do you disappear and mark him? Do you stick with your man knowing that he's running off the back of you? It's just that it's almost sneaking up on you. If they're playing, getting chalk on their boots, fine, you can see both of them. But the minute they come inside you, like I said, in that inverted position, it causes chaos. And if it's played well, as we've seen a few times against us, it can cause problems. So, yeah, I think it will stay. And if used well, is a problem.
Yeah, it's explained it quite a bit for the people that were asking about it. But one of our team members asked us, how did you develop your commentary skills? And do you have any tips for someone aspiring to achieve what you do so well?
Developing things over time, it's just experience, learning from errors. I think the biggest tip I can give anybody's preparation, I always spend every game 2 to 3 hours researching every person, every stat. You may not use them, but you've got a lovely safety blanket. I will have statistics on, or a fact on every single player, every squad member that played in the opposition's last. So, for example, when I'm not covering the Burnley game, but when we play Watford, I will have their full lineup from their last match. Every single player, I'll have a little snippet on each of them. So if they get the ball or something happens, I've got something on them. Might be, oh, he signed last year from Plymouth, or he's 6'5" Colombian, or he's this or that. Might be a little fun for his dad used to play for whoever. Just something like that. There'll be stats about the clubs themselves, head-to-heads. Like I think Millwall at Watford haven't lost in 3, if my little brain serves me right. So that'll be in there somewhere. There'll be the fixtures, where people are in the league tables. Pictures of the opposition, so that if, for example, there's a bit of a curveball and a youth team player due to injuries is thrown into the mix, I can see what they look like. Pronunciations of players. And so on and so on. I just throw as much, I almost cram like I am for an exam. I throw as much information in my brain as possible, cover the game, forget about it, and then go on to the next one. So yeah, you could ask me about Hull City, for example, a couple of weeks ago. No idea, because that's been gone, and thankfully because of the result, long gone. So I would say in that sense, that would be the biggest bit of advice I could give. As for fine-tuning my skills, in inverted commas, I think it's just practice, the same as anything with driving. You know certain things you've done aren't clever, so you'll hopefully not do them again. And the same with commentary, you learn from mistakes. So I don't think there's anything specific. I would just say the biggest skill would be research, because it naturally makes you better, because it's almost like cheating your homework. You've got it all in front of you. So if you get stuck, you can just read off something to give your brain time to think.
I would have thought that players' surnames nowadays must be a big. It's not like you got Smith and Jones, Davis over the
Yeah, I do a lot of them because I use a laptop. Put them phonetically on the computer so I can see their names as they're pronounced more than how they're spelt. So that helps me. And what you can do is there'll be somebody from the opposition there, one of their media team. I'll just speak to them before the game. Right, I've got the team news. I believe you line up 4-2-3-1. Can you just confirm to me that the left winger is pronounced whatever? And just things like that. So again, when I come on air to you guys, I've got it all in my head beforehand.
Great.
Hi, Cole. Phil Coleman here.
Hello, Phil.
Hiya. Great insight there. Thanks very much. And listening to you, the Swansea game, I was impressed with how good Tony Craig was alongside you. So, yeah, great stuff. You must be coming up for a testimonial, Cole. So it's been a long time. How would you describe the achievements of our team so far this season?
I think season-wise, considering the injuries, playing players out of position, I think one of the biggest credits on the backs I can give Alex, the manager, is the way he's managed people's minutes on the pitch. The amount of times that he will wait, if necessary, right up to the death to make a little tactical tweak, as he did with Alfie Doughty for the game recently against Swansea to get us over the line. Alfie was only on the pitch, 2-3 minutes, a couple of throw-ins caused problems, good ball into the box, and that's all that was needed. But he wasn't fit to start because of the amount of games he'd played in an unfamiliar position. I think his tactical tweaks have been very 60 minutes into a game. He's rarely panicked into a decision. You don't see him making too many changes early in the game. He'll wait, quite often allow the other to show their hand first. They will make substitutions, and then Alex will watch how they're lining up and then react off the back of it. So I think tactically he's very astute, and the players obviously buy into that. He's made sure Millwall are very hard to beat, but in general, it always gives us a chance because we're always in games. Yes, we don't run away with games. We don't suddenly, which is a real shame because it'd make my life a lot easier and everybody's heart rate watching. So in games, we're always competitive. We've always got a chance. We played Ipswich at home. They had few chances. They were a better side with the ball on the floor. They got 30 yards from goal, but then came up against the brick wall. Couldn't get past it. Southampton bored the pants off me. But we were never caught by them. They wanted to pass it around the back, wait for us to engage, and then pass it round us. So we just didn't engage. So it's just, again, just those little tactical tweaks made a huge difference. So yes, we have been really, really badly hampered with injuries, but we're still in the playoffs. And from hearing various bits, it sounds like Josh Coburn's going to be in the squad for the game against Burnley, which is great. So he's somebody coming back. Obviously, Derek come on, got a few minutes. There is, rumours going around that quite a few others could be getting close. So considering the problems that we've had, it's almost like having new signings in the January window, even though it's just players coming off the physio table.
As you said that, Karl, I've got another one in mind. Do you think we need to bring in loan signings or sign players permanently in this window to carry on doing what we're doing? And what positions?
Yeah, very good question. I think a striker's needed, and that's no disrespect to Mihailo Langstaff, who I think's done very well in the last few games, or Josh coming back. I think Josh will give us a new dimension to our game. But just in regards, if we pick up another couple of injuries, say Mihailo gets injured or Langstaff gets injured, suddenly you're down to 2 again. Maybe someone gets suspended or this or that. So I think one more striker would do us well. In regards, maybe we need another goalkeeper, just so we've got backs. I don't know what the time frame is with Stephen, with the Fulham side of things. I don't know if that runs out soon. If not, not really sure, because I don't know. I don't know the timescales on when people are coming back. But other players, if say for example Casper, Luke, Josh are all only a week or 2 away, suddenly you're thinking, well, actually, that's not too bad. We've got a few players back in good positions. They're not back for a couple of months, then maybe we do. So it can't be an easy decision for Alex. The only one I would definitely say is a striker and maybe a keeper, depending on what agreements there are behind the scenes. I don't know.
Yeah, great, thanks.
Hi there, it's Craig here. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Not often you have 2 epileptics on one show.
Legend. To call us vertically challenged.
That's the one. And I love by the saying that you have. We've had the occasional blips this season where we've been thumped. Birmingham and Coventry are 2 that stick out. From your perspective, what do you see as the factor or factors when we don't match our standards on these occasions?
I think in regards Coventry, it's just at the time they were in a really, really hot vein of form and were quite frankly just too good for us. And I think once they got on top, maybe heads dropped a little bit, and they were very quick to capitalise on that. And suddenly, from being a couple down, we were 4 down, and you're just, staring down a barrel. So the Coventry one, I just put down to them being far better on the day. The Birmingham one, I think tactically, as I mentioned earlier on, I thought we got out. We were caught napping a bit because of the way they played, because of that setup. They caught us out. And again, very quickly, we were in a lot of trouble and just never recovered on that one. So, yeah, those two, Coventry, far too good. Birmingham tactically caught us out. And I think by the time we'd recovered mentally, the game had gone.
Yeah, and you touched on this a little bit as well earlier. Alex Neil, how would you describe him to our fans?
From a personal point of view, I like the fact that he's always fair. To be fair, the very brief times that we've spoke, it hasn't been too much because I'm normally sort of doing my thing, he's doing his. But he seems to have quite a good sense of humour. But when it comes to sort of business is business, like they talk about that white line, when players cross the white line, they become a different animal. I think Alex is very similar to that as a manager. He really is very, very focused in everything he does. Even in interviews, he'll think about it first, and then he'll come out and say what he feels is the right thing to do. And I like that he's honest. He doesn't come out with cliches or try and hide behind something or make excuses. He'll just explain, this is what happened, I didn't like this, or I did like that, or this is what we thought did well, this player could have done this or didn't do that. There's some managers you just think, yeah, I know what you're going to say, I don't need to hear it. And so you won't even bother listening. But with Alex, I think you always want to hear what he's thinking, because he will pretty much tell you. From a managerial perspective, as I said earlier, I like the fact that he gets the best out of Millwall. He sort of gets it, if that's the right term for him, in the fact that he makes Millwall tough to beat. I love the fact that he always goes for a win. He very, very rarely settles for a draw. He will always, near the end of a game, as we've seen, we've got quite a few late winners. Southampton, Swansea being two of the same. A lot of teams would have forced Southampton 2-2, considering where, they got a late goal, Southampton would push in. Bristol City, Bristol City were all over us with an hour. You never could see Millwall winning that one. But, if you'd have said to me, right, gun against your head, who's going to win this game, looking at it at 60, 65 minutes, you'd have gone Bristol City 2, maybe even 3-1. Millwall are dead on their feet. They can't get out their half. But then Alex watched, thought, right, I can make a little tweak here. I can bring Ballo on. I can do this. And suddenly the game changed. And within 5 minutes, Millwall were up the other end of the pitch, getting the winning goal. So, yeah, really impressed with him so far.
No, I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. So do I, Karl. And I've been fascinated yet again by your insights. And we all look forward to you continuing to be the voice of Millwall on the radio and TV. But before you leave us, Karl, we have Ted's prediction league. We want your predictions. So first up is obviously the match that you won't be at, Burnley versus Millwall.
This is by far the hardest of the three that you've given me, because so much depends on what sides both teams put out.
Yeah.
I think, considering the journey where Millwall are, in the fact that they've got Watford and Coventry coming up, I think Alex will definitely have one, and Charlton as well. Alex will definitely have one eye on those. And Burnley struggling in the Premier League. I'll sit on the fence. I'll go 1-1. There you go.
1-1, that's reasonable.
The question at all.
They can both take a back seat a little bit if they want to. Based on everything
then they'll have to be extra time penalties, maybe.
Yeah.
For the guys' sake that are making the journey, I hope it's over in 90 minutes. I don't, and the fans, I don't want any of them to have to travel back any later, because I heard that the journey back is not favourable.
No. We'll have to get Barry Stradlin's feedback on that when he comes back home. Right, so it's Cambridge United with Mr. Neil in charge versus Birmingham. What about them?
Yeah, I fancy Cambridge for this one. I think Neil will get them going there. I think there'll be a big crowd. I think Birmingham will bring quite a few. But considering where Birmingham are in the league and that better things are expected of them, I do expect them to weaken their team more than Cambridge weaken theirs. And I think Neil will get them going, and I think Cambridge will win that 2-0.
Great. And last but not least, our near neighbours, Charlton versus Chelsea.
I think Charlton will take it seriously. I think that their manager will want that boost due to the problems they've been having, Fratton Park, for example, and a few others. And so I think Charlton will go hell for leather for this one. They'll know it's a big boost to them. I think Chelsea are a bit of a mess at the minute, aren't they? Although with the new manager in place, Rossini, maybe he'll think, right, let's lay down a marker and put out a fairly strong team as well.
Yeah.
So I think actually that'll be a good game, because I think both teams will be pretty strong. And because both teams will be pretty strong, I'll say Chelsea will win that 3-1.
Okay. Right then. Well, thanks so much for those predictions. There's a chance you might win a prize, of course. But Ted hasn't alluded to what that is yet. But we appreciate you joining us, Karl. We wish you and yours all the best for 2026. And we'll say bye now.
Yeah, take care.
Bye, Karl.
See you later.
Thanks, Karl.
Not a problem.
Yeah, thanks very much, Karl. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, pal. See you later.
We'll take a break there and we'll listen to Harvey Brown.
Hi, Harvey Brown here. I am proud of the Lions Food Hub, which is jointly owned by Kelly and Ellen Webster, and they have been supporting families within our community for Millwall match days. If you would like to donate to them, they have a matchday donation hub by the SE16 bar at Coldblow Lane, end of the ground, where they accept any food or money and toiletry donations. If you can help, any donations will be received with thanks.
I'm your host, Eamonn Barclay, and with me I have the No One Likes Talkin team of Phil Coleman, Craig Wilson and Dave Hart. No home games until Charlton, but you can still make donations all through the week at the Lions Centre, the home of the Millwall Community Trust. Now, many know Ellis Barr is on her way to improving her mobility. Since mid-September, she has continued to make good progress post-op. All of us, along with many listeners, are cheering her on and sending our best wishes as she works towards the goal. Anyway, here's Ellis.
Hello, Ellis here, and I'm glad to be back talking about Millwall. I know many have watched my videos. Thanks for your support along the way. It is now time to hear what all the Millwall teams are up to. Come on, Millwall!
Yeah, come on, Millwall. Thanks as always, Ellis. Well, first up, we have Paul Loading bringing us the Millwall Romans and Prides update.
Hi, it's Paul Loading at the Millwall Romans. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you had a really good time off. I've put on about 4.5 kilo, which I'm desperately now trying to lose, but it was all good. Update from us, nothing obviously happened over the Christmas period. This weekend, Pride are due to play Phoenix, depending on the weather. That's going to be a 2:00 kickoff, say, against East End Phoenix this Sunday. And predictions for this week, I'm going to say Millwall going to nick it against Burnley. I'm going to say 1-0 to Millwall. Cambridge United, Birmingham, 3-0 to Birmingham. And Charlton, Chelsea. I really hope Chelsea absolutely stuff Charlton. Let's do 4-0.
Well, we'd like to see that as well, I think. Anyway, Paul, just to mention that game is being played at Salter Road at Rotherhithe. So you can pop down there if there's no football, well, with a Millwall shirt on it before that. Anyway, our Millwall Lionesses were due to play in the league trophy last Sunday, but the pitch was frozen. It's been rescheduled for this Sunday. That could be doubtful too, but nonetheless, full details will be provided in the last section of the show. On Sunday, we faced Swansea City at the Den. We had drawn 1-1 in Wales earlier in the season, but came up trumps by winning a close contested match. Well, thanks to their goalkeeper anyway. So, Craig, what did you make of the performance of the Swans keeper?
I mean, I don't think I can fully put it into words, to be honest. I mean, you only have to look at the Team of the Week that came out as well. We had 3 players in Aziz, Sturge and Mihailo in it, and their keeper was the keeper of the week. So I think that says quite a bit. And to pull off 2 double saves, not just the one, 2 double saves in one game, I don't think I've seen it down the den. It's one of the best goalkeeping performances from an opposition keeper I've seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I'll make you right on that. It was spectacular, to say the least. Until that last minute-ish goal. But there you go, that's football. Phil, what were our weaknesses, do you reckon?
Without doubt, it's finishing. And it has been all season. It's probably why clubs spend hundreds of millions of pounds on strikers. I looked at the league today. We're 5th in the league, but we've got a -4 goal difference. So we concede a few goals, but we certainly are not scoring the other end. So I would say finishing. But then you get a goalkeeping performance like that, and you couldn't make that one up. No. I also think we've got a couple of other little issues. We need to make sure that we keep possession in the opponent's half and we build pressure. If you look at the Bristol game, we kept giving the ball away far too cheaply. When we do keep it and we do build, it allows us to get players further up the pitch and support those strikers. And in that, I'm talking about Crammer and Sturge. Yeah. When they get forward, particularly when he links up with Aziz on that right-hand side, it's a force to be reckoned with. In terms of another little issue, I'm seeing teams attacking in behind Sturge, in behind Brian, and playing on Cooper's lack of pace. As much as everybody loves Cooper, he's a traditional centre-back. He gives us everything. He's hard-working. He gives us that leadership. But his lack of pace and having 2 more flair left-backs in Sturge and Brian, I think there's a little area that could be tidied up there at our left-hand side, because they get caught a little bit forward and they're playing and running in behind Coops. But apart from that, I think we're a solid team. It's all still a work in progress, but if we could finish off some of the great chances we create, we'd be 2-0 and we wouldn't be sweating so much near the end. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, Dave, has Alex Neil, well, perhaps we got a clue to that, from Karl, mastered the game of playing chess with our Millwall squad?
Well, as Karl said, I definitely think he's actually cracked that problem. We've always criticised managers in the past about when they bring subs on, it's either too late or too early, and bringing the wrong people on. But I think that Alex has now he's got his own formulas for each and every game, probably like Karl does research on the away, so I think all managers do that anyway. But so he's certainly got his changes in his mind, what he's going to do before he does it, and when he does do it, it's very, very effective.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Anyway, when Saturday comes, and if it ain't snowing too heavy and the pitch is playable, it is the FA Cup 3rd round, when we travel to Turf Moor to face top flight Burnley. Yes, the team that killed off our playoff ambitions at Turf Moor in the final game of the season. We lost by 3-1 to a team that finished better than us, a point that you've made there previously about now, Phil. But were there other actions that divided us? I'm genuinely curious about how Coburn missed that close-range shot. If you can remember, I can't quite understand it. Were those goals really worth 3 points? It seemed like a missed chance to me. Well, Burnley's season in the Premier League so far has been poor. They have only accumulated 12 points from 20 outings and sit just above bottom-placed Wolves, who caught up by 3 points on them last weekend. Scott Parker is under pressure. We have faced them only at the Den in the FA Cup, when Danny Diccio's only goal helped us towards facing Manchester United in the FA Cup final in 2004. Will they field a reserve side and save their first team? And might we do the same, actually? Well, despite Burnley's current form and league position, the bookies have them at 4-6 to win, a draw at 5-2, and Millwall at an astonishing 5-1 to win. Well, the odds are well spread. What do you reckon, team? Phil?
I think it's been mentioned already that the game is going to be in doubt because of the weather, although Burnley have got undersoil heating. But other factors in the area, including the police and the travel and the roads around the area, it might still be off because of those other factors. But I suspect we will make changes. I think Alex will get minutes into the legs of those that have been on the bench or those coming back from injury. Whatever we do, we will still put out a very strong side. And I've looked today, we've got 37 professionals that have been on the bench in the squad. So whilst we've got injuries, we have still got a very strong bench. And if they come on, you're going to be playing the likes of, see if I can remember some of these, Mazu Saku, Doughty, Leonard, Harding, Danny Mack, Bryant hasn't played because of Sturge. Kamal Grant could play like he did against Crystal Palace. So we've still got a very strong side, even if we put a whole host of changes from the Swansea game. So we've got decent players. We could play some youngsters like Camille Grant. AJ Matthews has been on the bench recently, another talented kid. But I also know, and I'm going to stake my life on it, that Burnley will make changes, and probably a lot of them, because I would imagine that staying in the Premier League is at the forefront of their manager's mind. So that's their priority. I'll probably say it's a tight game. It will be a 1-1 draw at the end of the game. It will go to extra time. Will I say we win it on penalties? I think I'm dreaming here, but I think with their changes, with our strength in changes, I'll go for a 1-1 draw. But whatever happens, I think it will be a close game.
Okay. Dave, what do you reckon?
Yeah, Phil's got it bang on there. Both teams, I think, will actually have an eye on winning the game one way or another. And with Alex, he's getting quite a few players that he can call on to bring in and play in strategic places. And this tactic has been working quite well. So I think on the day we could probably nick it 1-0.
Really? Well, that'll be an interesting turn. But yeah, it's got its possibilities based on the fact that I think they will hold back their frontline players. How about you, Craig?
I think, like everyone's been saying, I think it's going to be a lot tighter than people expect, even though it's Premier League versus Championship. I think, again, what everyone's been saying, both teams have got their eyes on two very different types of seasons, them staying up and us pushing for the playoffs. And so I think both teams will be making quite a few changes. I mean, people might start calling it the Zian Derby, whether or not they risk him, because he's been one of their standout players, I'd say, this season. So I think with changes being made, I think I'm going to go for a 2-1 Millwall win.
Yeah. Well, listening to all what you said, I'm going to go along the same lines as Craig there, and I'm going for a Millwall 1-0 win. And I think we'll have the players in that squad, as Phil pointed out. We've got a big squad, but they've all had a reasonable chance. And I'll just get my mind around to those two games, Crystal Palace, last season and the one this season. And we weren't far off the mark against a team that has got so many players, but they didn't appear, or we did, better than we ever anticipated. So on from there, what are your predictions for the other two games? Craig?
So first one, Cambridge-Birmingham. Obviously, I think all Millwall fans will want to see Neil succeed. And I think that he actually will. I think he's going to nick it 1-0. I think Birmingham have got sights on different ambitions this season. I think we're going to go with a Cambridge 1-0 win. And then Charlton-Chelsea. I think with new management in charge at Chelsea, you always get that sort of new manager bounce. Every player wants to stake a claim. So I think I'm going to say a 3-1 Chelsea win.
Okay. Phil?
I'm going to have Hart overhead. I'm going to spin it round and I'm going to go head over Hart. I think Birmingham are a championship side. I think they'll be too strong. So that will be a 2-0 win to Birmingham. And I'm going to go exactly the same with Chelsea. They'll be too strong. I think if they put out their second string, I think they'll be too strong for Charlton. Both teams will have good backing, and I think Chelsea will beat Charlton 3-0.
Sounds good to me. How about you, Dave?
Well, it looks like all our scores are going to be more or less the same. I think that Neil's going to crack this one and win it 1-0.
Right.
And the Charlton-Chelsea game, I think, is going to be a blank for the host. So 3-0 to Chelsea.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. Well, I'll bounce in with Cambridge United 0, Birmingham 3. Charlton Athletic 0, Chelsea 4. So, yeah, I think we're there and thereabouts. Well, we also have predictions from Nick Wyatt of the Facebook Millwall site, Sicily. Let's hear what Nick predicts.
Hello, everyone. These are my predictions. Burnley 1, Millwall 1. Cambridge United 1, Birmingham 2. Charlton 0, Chelsea 2. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Nick. And a big thanks to you, Dave, for all the work you put in and collating the results and producing the tables. Everyone does really and utterly appreciate that. Well, let's hope the lions keep roaring. Now let's hear about times past as our Debbie Julians speaks with our Professor, Legal Beagle and adamant Millwall fan Gianluca Sardi, and the finding of a picture, of an important picture in fact, of a founding father of Millwall. So, over to you, Debbie.
I'm Debbie Julians, and with me I have Gianluca Sardi, a notable Millwall Football Club supporter and a volunteer for Millwall Community Trust. On Boxing Day, at the Den prior to the Millwall versus Ipswich Town match, Gianluca participated in a special pre-match event where he presented an image of the club's first chairman, Dr. William Murray Leslie, to the current chairman, James Berylson, and Millwall CEO Mark Fairbrother and Millwall Community Trust CEO Sean Daly. This event was part of a celebration marking two significant anniversaries: 140 years of Millwall Football Club, 40 years since the foundation of Millwall Community Trust. Thank you for being a Millwall supporter, Gianluca, and welcome.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure and honor for me for enabling me to talk about what happened on Boxing Day on the pitch of the Den.
You're very welcome. Recently, you obtained a portrait of Millwall's first chairman, Dr. William Murray Leslie, and his family. How did you come about that? I knew nothing of him.
One of our core topics, main research topics, is the impact that the UK-based football clubs have on communities. And while I was focusing on the impact that Millwall had on the Isle of Dogs communities during its first years at the end of the 20th century, I bumped in this very rare photo of our first chairman that was taken by the legendary Lafayette in London in 1930. And so my plan on behalf of the Institute was to donate these three printed frames of our first chairman to the current chairman, Jimmy Berylson, to the managing director, Mark Fairbrother, and to the CEO of the Millwall Community Trust, Sean Daly. So the National Portrait Gallery gave me an amazing support in all of this, and I will never stop thanking them for their amazing help.
Absolutely amazing, and well done you.
been reading up on it because as I said, I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about it. Can you just tell me a little bit about this chap?
William Murray Leslie had a very active, long and also interdisciplinary life. He was born in Scotland in a family that had been connected to medicine for decades. Dad was a doctor, his grandfather was a doctor too. Studied medicine in Edinburgh. Was born in 1859 and graduated just at the age of 23. He decided to move from Aberdeen, from northern Scotland, to London. And in London, he created his clinic, his own clinic, on the Isle of Dogs, exactly in Glengall Road, which was then just a few meters away from the first Millwall ground, which was situated exactly in Glengall Road. And in 1885, at the age of just 26, together with other businessmen, entrepreneurs, and employees and workers, dockers living on the Isle of Dogs, they founded, September 1885, they founded the Millwall Rovers, which in the following years became the Millwall Athletic and finally Millwall Football Club. And he was elected as the first chairman of Millwall Rovers in September 1885. He kept his role as a chairman for the following 8 years, so until 1893. But also after stopping being a chairman, he remained a huge supporter of the club, even when the club moved from East London, from the Isle of Dogs to the south of the river, to the Den in 1910. He was also, William Murray Leslie was also a fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons and was also an excellent physician, worked also at the Royal College of Physicians near Regent's Park in central London. In the later part of his life, he practiced as a barrister at law in London, so he dedicated himself also to the legal profession, and remained a huge supporter of the club until he died in 1951, and also was very active in the local community, especially during the years of Millwall Rovers on the Isle of Dogs. He always organised charity projects, charity initiatives for the young people, the Isle of Dogs. So it was a very, very deprived area.
Your knowledge of Millwall's history and heritage has given us so much. Gianluca, thank you, as always, and I can't really wait to see you and have you back on the show again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Debbie.
Well, thanks for that, Debbie and Gianluca. What a story. And we'll hear more from those two next week. We'll now take another break and listen to Bethany.
Our Millwall Community Trust Lions Centre has a 4G football pitch where 9 versus 9 can play, a sports hall, classrooms and a cafe. To access these state-of-the-art facilities in a safe and positive environment, get in touch on 0207 740 0503.
I'm your host, Eamonn Barclay, and with me I have No One Likes Talkin team of Phil Coleman, Dave Hart and Craig Wilson. Well, that was a great story the more I keep thinking about it, and it just goes to show you what can be done. Well, we're all looking forward to the next game, but in the meantime, here are a few matters of interest for Millwall fans and those interested in football.
The All Wool campaign by Millwall Football Club is an initiative aimed at promoting equality, diversity and inclusion within the community. This campaign is part of the club's ongoing efforts to combat discrimination and ensure that all individuals feel respected and welcomed. The campaign is a continuation of the club's legacy of anti-discrimination work and aims to drive discrimination out of football. The club's bronze award for the EFL Equality Code of Practice is a testament to its commitment to these values. The campaign encourages an inclusive environment for staff and supporters, making it a significant part of the club's community engagement efforts. You can catch up on the monthly efforts of the Millwall Community Trust by reading All Wool in the Community. This is published monthly on the Millwall website, along with the MCT highlights.
Bus route P12 has been disrupted by the effects of roadworks, which in some cases have been extended beyond original forecast dates for completion. The route offers the closest transport link to the Den, with stops in either direction no more than 100 metres from John Berylson Way. Whilst roadworks are still underway, the service is now operating in both directions along Ilderton Road. Next week's show will be hosted by Eamonn with a panel of Ted Robinson, Steve Warren and Jeff Burnage, and maybe a guest or two.
The Millwall Lionesses will return to action in the League Trophy on Sunday, the 11th of January, when they face Richmond and Kew in a rearranged fixture from last Sunday, which was cancelled due to a frozen pitch. The match will take place at Ham Playing Fields, Richmond, TW10 7RX at 2 p.m. on Sunday the 11th of January. If you can join us, our Lionesses would greatly appreciate your support. Both teams are eager to progress in the League Trophy, and with a passionate crowd, the Lionesses game will be played with pride, passion and determination. Come along, sing a song and cheer our Lionesses on.
Tune in to No One Likes Us Talking team as they deliver reports from our games, home and away, for the Lions, Lionesses, Romans and Pride. You also receive updates on Millwall community topics via Maritime Radio, available on 96.5 FM or via their website. They will be going on DAB shortly, so should be able to be heard all around. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, YouTube, Spreaker, and all major podcast platforms. Thank you, Dave.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you, Phil.
Thanks, Eamonn and everyone.
Thank you, Craig.
Cheers, everyone.
And a big thank you to all of you tuned in. Finally, let's not forget to keep it safe on the streets out there. Good night.
Let's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Yeah! Let them come, let them come, let them come, let them all come down to the Den. Let them come, let them come, we'll only have to beat them again. It's the best team.
Our Millwall Fans Show is sponsored by G&M Motors of Gravesend, Honda dealers and much more.